Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali, a spiritual consultant and real estate businessman. For those of you that are having spiritual problems, you can feel free to contact me at 339-167 or 238-6716. Those of you who have properties to sell or looking for a property to buy, you can also contact me. If you lend your friend and your family your hard-earned cash and you cannot get it back, feel free to contact Real Talk Debt Collection Department at 238-6716, or you can get in touch with me as well, 339-1670. I want to say a special good night to the viewers of Real Talk on the Real Talk page. We have recently changed the name from Real Talk to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. For those of you who are looking for our page, there's a lot of Real Talk page that was brought to my attention. So a lot of people have contacted me and said, Saieed, we are not getting your page. We are seeing a lot of Real Talk on Facebook. So I said, okay, no problem. We edited our page. Instead of Real Talk, you will see Real Talk with Saieed Ali. Like and share. So you don't have to wonder about what you're looking for anymore. We have edited our page, so you're looking for the Real Talk with Saieed Ali page. It's we, Real Talk. Like, share, and you will get up-to-date breaking news that is going on in Trinidad and Tobago. Now, for those of you on YouTube, TT Real Talk, subscribe to it, hit the bell, and you will know when we go live. Now, I want to say a good night to Trinidad and Tobago. Viewers from around the world, good night to you. For those of you who lost loved ones due to COVID-19, accept our condolences from around the world. We are here in Trinidad. We understand what you are going through. And we are having sympathy with you all because it is a worldwide disaster, I should say, that is taking place. It's not a hurricane, it's not flood, it's not strong winds. Some places there are earthquake, but there's a virus going around, COVID-19, coronavirus, that it don't care who you are. Whether you're red, you're white, you're black, you're green. It doesn't care what race or religion you belong to. It's there. It's invisible. It's a virus. It will kill you. So viewers, as we go along tonight, it's Fire Friday. Feel free to call in. It's a live program from Monday to Friday on Synergy TV from 7 to 8 with a repeat the following day at 10 a.m. Our lines are 238-6716. Now, we still want to talk about agriculture. I want to talk about agriculture in Trinidad and Tobago. A lot of farmers have lost their produce. Some have to dump thousands of dollars because of the stay-at-home policy that the government have introduced in Trinidad and Tobago. So, as we start off tonight, we love Terrence Dial Singh. He says in Trinidad we have the world first-class health sector. So, as we start off tonight, Health Minister Terrence Dial Singh had defended the actions of the government as it relates to COVID-19. The minister said government have been proactive and effective in managing the threat in Trinidad and Tobago. The minister was speaking today at the virtual media conference when he made the statement. He said measures were put in place long before World Health Organization declared COVID-19 a pandemic.
With me, I have a list of about 34 mitigation and containment strategies, which I will not read out. 34, 6 of them before March the 11th, and the remainder from March the 11th going forward.
Viewers, it's a Fire Friday, and you know me, I love to remind you all about what the government said. So hold on. Minister Dial Singh said, after placing restrictions on China, they further restricted and restrictions were placed to prevent a serious wave of the virus coming into Trinidad.
We took the decision after January 30th to also include other countries: Iran, South Korea, Italy, Singapore, and Japan. And then we expanded that. We also took the decision to suspend the rest of the cruise ship season.
How long did that take before it came into effect? Now listen this. The minister also applauded the government for its approach in handling the COVID-19 pandemic.
I just want to make the point that your government, led by a very proactive Prime Minister, prior to March 11th, when WHO declared this a pandemic, since January, we were taking the proactive steps to protect Trinidad and Tobago. There will be a time and a place to discuss all 34 measures that we have taken. And I want to congratulate the government and the Prime Minister listening to the science that took these decisions that has saved us from a very terrible fate.
Even though the minister said the government had been addressing the situation since January, hold on, the opposition also pressed for the government to adopt a more aggressive approach. So now let me remind you, in case you all forgot. On January 30th, Member of Parliament for Caroni East, Tim Gopi Singh, moved a motion to have the House of Representatives debate the motion as a matter of urgent public importance. On January 30th, his motion came one day after Her Excellency Paula May Weeks declared COVID-19 a dangerous disease. Then on February 4th, opposition Senator Wade Mack tried to get the Senate to discuss COVID-19 as a matter of urgent public importance as well. However, the motion was shut down by the Senate President. This is just to remind you, they're talking about January. Wade Mack and the former minister, Tim Gopi Singh, also moved the motion but was turned down. It's Fire Friday. I'd like to remind all you. On March 4th, Caroni East MP Tim Gopi Singh again raised the motion in the House of Representatives relating to COVID-19 debate as a matter of urgent public importance. 8 days later, Trinidad and Tobago got its first COVID-19 case in March. So when they want to talk and proactive, that is the same proactive minister who said we will not shut down Petrotrin. That is the same proactive minister said don't depend on us for road and water and proper fixtures of Trinidad and Tobago, but they're proactive. What have you done for Trinidad and Tobago in the last 4 years and some odd months? Because this was supposed to be an election year. I just reminded earlier, it's Fire Friday. It's Fire Friday. So viewers, I ain't bringing no foolishness to all you. I ain't putting no foolish things on the table. I'm reminding all you. Like I said, I am not affiliated with any party, but I am an individual. I am an individual standing for the betterment of Trinidad and Tobago. If PEP was doing a good job, I would support them and still show different ways. PNM doing a good job, I will support you and show you different ways. UNC doing a good job, I will support you and show you different ways. But you can't tell me for 5 years we suffering. No growth. Boom. Economy growing, refinery shut down. Grow down, they didn't grow up. So call a good night.
Good night, Mr. Sahil.
Go right ahead.
I hold it on long now.
I do apologize.
See a name for fun and them go. That this Trinidad and Tobago money is not TNM1. It is we own, we taxpayer money. They
Correct.
into the civilization fund, and now they're very happy to hand over one because nobody else want to go which part they want. Good night, Mr. Sir.
Thank you, my friend. It's Fire Friday. Feel free to call in 2386716. Let us know if the MP or the councillor in your area is active in any hands giving out groceries or coming and checking the elderlies, things like that. Feel free to call in 2386716. It's Fire Friday. Let us know what is taking place. Now, just a couple days again for it to make it 1 month since COVID-19 in Trinidad and Tobago and lockdown. Caller, good night.
Hello, good night.
Go right ahead.
I'm enjoying your program.
Thank you.
I like how you dress up every day.
Thank you, my dear. What area
sorry?
are you calling from?
I'm calling from Superior side.
Where?
Rahim, I want to ask you that if you know that when passengers sit down in the car, you eat from San Fernando to Pinal, $20 to charge one of them.
I understand your point. I understand your point. Now, $150, when you go in the market, an increase of $150. When you go to the market, you know what that $150, you ain't getting everything you want? Thank you for raising the point, my dear. So feel free to call in, viewers. It's Fire Friday. Let us know what is taking place in your community concerning the MPs, concerning the councillors. We want to know what's going on. The public wants to know what is going on in other parts of Trinidad and Tobago. Tobago wants to know what's going on. Viewers who live in Trinidad and they are from Trinidad but living in other countries outside, they want to know what the MP or the councillor is doing in their area. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Saieed.
Welcome to Real Talk.
You're looking real beautiful today, as usual.
Thank you.
I'm calling to congratulate my councillor, Mr. Nasser Hussain of the Northwest, Sandy Grande.
Okay.
He's doing a real good job. He delivered hampers to the most needed in the community. He's using his own van to drop water to the people in Marusing, in the Kokal, and he's really looking for his people. Congratulations to Mr. Nasser Hussain.
Thank you, my dear.
He's doing a real good job.
Thank you. So at least we have a MP, a councillor doing a good job, according to the resident from Sandy Grande. Now, viewers, remember we have our food drive going on. See if you could get Ivy on the line. Now, viewers, remember I told you all about planting seed. Now, remember I am asking you, the public of Trinidad and Tobago, to donate $1,000. If you can't reach $1,000, anything will do. Now, we are trying to get someone on the line. I met this morning around 7:30 in Princestown. She called me, she said, Saieed, I want to plant a seed in your food drive. When she's on, just let me know. Now, this woman planted seeds and she was suffering from something. Now, I'm not going to call race or religion. I'm not going to get at in between anything. But she had a problem and she planted a seed. And she believed that God would get her well. When we get her on the line, you are going to hear what that woman went through and the result of planting seed. She on the line? So viewers, we are trying to get her on the line. Now I am encouraging you to plant a seed. Plant $1,000 seed or more. She on the line?
Yes.
Hello, good night.
Good night.
How are you, my dear?
Very good.
I do want to thank you for coming to meet me in Princestown this morning. Now, I want you to tell the public, what was your condition? The sickness you had. Tell the public.
Well, I was, I want to talk what it was like. But I said, I'm going to talk. I had a sickness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? And I recovered because I had that faith, believing in God.
Mm-hmm.
And I planted a seed, and God opened that way. And He delivered me from that sickness. And now I want to plant another seed for the poor who really need right now. And I know God will open a way for those people. And I know God will open a way for me.
True.
And I want to thank God. I want to thank you for meeting you.
That's not a
Because
problem.
God is able. Only God could do these things. And you see, you have to have a clean heart.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have love in your heart.
Now,
And when you have that love in your heart, God will open that way.
When you started to plant your seed after seed.
I started to plant my seed. You see, it's a good. I am a member of the New Covenant Church.
Mm-hmm.
And I give tithing, I give offering.
Mm-hmm.
And when I have a real need, I plant a seed. And God opened doors for me. And now I don't lack anything. I don't lack anything because God is my provider.
Thank you, my dear.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking our call, and I do thank you for your contribution of planting a seed into our drive for the poor. Thank you again, my dear, for taking our call. Now, viewers, like she said, she had a sickness, and she believed in God, and she planted a seed. Now, before I started this drive, before I asking, I always ask, I will ask for the poor. I wouldn't ask to put money in my pocket. I wouldn't ask for my family, but I'm asking for the poor. And I always say I don't ask nobody to fund Real Talk. It is funded by me. There was this woman who wanted to go into a business. And she came at me and she said, Saeed, I am giving you $1,500. I am planting this seed. In less than 14 days, that woman had access to $1.4 million. She came and she brought back a bag. She said, Saeed, this is yours. She planted a seed I was telling you about. This woman who you all heard from just now, she planted a seed because she had a sickness. And she planted a seed to God to get rid of the sickness. And she was healed. So for those of you who don't know the importance of planting a seed, tonight you all heard it. You see, race and religion, it wouldn't come between that. It wouldn't come. And what I'm doing is not for fame and popularity, you know. Like I always said, I had fame and popularity before I entered television. Before I entered television. So I'm asking of you, company, business owners, individuals, feel free to call me, 339-1670, that is my cell phone number, or my office, 238-6716. Said we want to plant a seed. And you can see miracles. I see miracles every day, you know. Every single day. I do spiritual work. I see miracles every single day. And planting a seed into a Real Talk drive is a spiritual person that you're planting that seed to. And I know everybody have a cause. Everybody have a cause. You never know by planting that seed how that door will open for you. Caller, good night. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, go right ahead.
Mr. Ali?
Yes, you're live on Real Talk.
The councillor from my area, right?
What area is that?
Colorado.
El Dorado, okay.
Mr. Prakash Bharat.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't really do nothing for the area. He just drives around with one set of hampers in his country, and the country so he wants to give. So I don't know how he really wins.
All right, my friend. Thank you so much for calling in. You see, viewers, I want you to call in Because there's no other program in Trinidad and Tobago where you could call in and we could find out what your MP doing, what your councillor doing. At the end of the day, they came down to you for a vote. You gave them the vote when you expect them to help you all in time of need. You can't see them. Local election will come, general election they would come, they will give you a duck, you go get chicken, bust up shut, wrap up roti, soft drink, and that just to dip your 1-inch finger and then can put it next to their ballot. So as we move along tonight, listen to this. Trinidad and Tobago and CAFA will each receive 475,000 US from the Centers of Disaster Control and Prevention in the United States to help in the fight against COVID-19. You see money coming in again. The funding, meanwhile, is part of a $3 million immediate additional funding to help Caribbean address the pandemic. To help the Caribbean address the pandemic. According to the U.S. Ambassador to TNT, Joseph Mondello, this money comes on top of previous contributions to the region. Listen carefully, you know. On top of previous contributions. From 2010 to 2019, he said, the U.S. provided $8,508,841 in U.S. for the institutional strengthening of CAFA and improving regional integration. So money passing. Money passing. A couple days again, we'll make it 1 month. We'll make it 1 month. I believe on the 29th, we'll make it 1 month. And nobody have received salary relief grant in Trinidad. Nobody have received rent assessment in Trinidad. The rent grant. A family in Debe. I mentioned it Wednesday night. The landlord of a HGC house come down on them for rent. Come down on them for rent. If you don't pay me my money, you're getting out. Boom, HGC pull down on him. You want to take advantage of poor people. You are hearing the government telling renters to have patience with the individual who is renting. It's not like they're running. They are there. But because the government introduced a stay-at-home policy and they are putting grants in place, you too hurry. You too hurry to carry the money to the bank and bank it. You're doing like the people running away. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Ali.
Go right ahead, my dear.
I'm not sure if we have a councillor or MP in our area, but I do know that 4 years ago, Hines was our MP and Adana was our councillor.
What area is this?
Laventil Passy Street.
Okay. So when last did you see him in your area?
Well, I saw him on television a few times.
Wow.
Yeah, I seen him in the area, no.
So you're sure he living by seeing him on TV?
Yeah, I know him by seeing him on TV and for like election times, yeah.
Thank you for calling in, my dear. Now, viewers, keep in mind, no MP can come down on me, no councillor can come down on me and tell me, Saieed, you're spreading my name bad. No! This is people from your constituency who are calling on a live program and telling the public they are not seeing you. They are not seeing you. Who want to blame me for that? No, don't blame me for that. I bring a reality program to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. A real program where people could call in and voice their concern about the situation in Trinidad, in their constituency, in their area, when it's time for need. party would say, we need your support. And when the constituency in a need now, and they're telling the MP, we need you. Who, me? Not me. And you're gone. Call a right? Hello? You see the ink? That's all they want, you know. That is all they want. You see where the ink in red? Put it next to their ballot, whatever number or name it is, and you're good. And they're comfortable. Let me tell you something. At the end of every month, they're going home with their $30,000, $40,000 in their bank, you know. Whether they make their stuff available or not, their money there. Where's our money? Where's our tax refund? Where's our proper health care? The number one health care. Where is it? Caller, good night.
Good night.
Go right ahead.
No tax return. Tax return in audit for years now. Nobody can get it back pay. People want to put people out of HDC houses. A HDC house supposed to belong to the owner, and the owner supposed to be living in it, not renting it out. So they're out of place to put people out on the street. Go and report them. It's time the HDC check up on these people who have houses and not living in it and renting it for exorbitant rent. Next thing, Saeed, that little infant that bounced down on the priority. Nobody talking about that. What that infant was doing on the road when it's COVID-19 and she's supposed to be home. Why the mother or an adult didn't go out to get what it was. Children Authority need to investigate this. Don't let this go under the carpet.
Thank you, my dear.
Of life is of infant.
Thank you for raising it. Now, viewers, now I believe it's an officer, eh? It's an officer. What becoming of that? What is becoming of that? It's Wednesday. When we went up there, Wednesday. Wednesday we passed in the area. Wednesday I was up in the area. So I want to know now, the speed the officer was driving on that corner. I was like, wow. On this piece of road? Nah. So I hope the Commissioner of Police would investigate that and bring some kind of closure to the family, because the family need it. Just like Trinidad and Tobago need it, the family also need it. So viewers, as we move along with our program tonight, Health Minister Terence Dial Singh has confirmed that a stock of face masks was sent to the Southwest Regional Health Authority this morning. Listen to this. The minister was responding to questions from the media as it relates to a memo that was circulating about personal protective equipment, that is PPE, at the Southwest Regional Health Authority.
I checked again this morning with the principal pharmacist, and PPEs have been delivered. That particular RHA is getting 4,000 masks this morning. So I take that with a pinch of salt. We are managing our PPE carefully and strategically.
Listen to this. Health Minister once again insisted that there was no shortage of PPE in the country at this time.
About 3 weeks ago, we indicated that a memo went out to all CEOs of all RHAs that they are to take direct management control of PPE. That system was put in place because we know that there are going to be international supply chain disturbances to PPE coming in.
So I still want to know now that the container that they take from the company and Berlin, it was shipped from China as a gift. Remember when I told you all that? I was also saying one face mask was selling in China for $4. So can the minister come out and tell the public how much money they spend in face masks for Trinidad and Tobago, and don't tell me about gift? Don't tell me about gift, because the sources inform me it was no gift. It's a container you took from a company and ball and gift. Come good, you know. Come good, you know. Because you see, when people realize that there's an individual is standing for no nonsense, they will come to you and they will shed light on anything that is under the carpet. I'm still waiting for the government to publish Brooklyn Settlement detailed package. EMA, OSHA, fire, what have you. How come it's not in the public domain as yet? All you have step-down facilities all over Trinidad. I hope it have nothing under the carpet, you know, because if it come to my ear, it will be food for the nation. According to the health minister, PPE would be delivered to the appropriate person at the appropriate time.
There is absolutely no shortage of PPE, as the CMO has described. They are stratified and they are getting the appropriate PPE in the appropriate quantities at the appropriate time at the appropriate place.
So I want to ask the Minister of Health or the doctors or the nurses or the administrations in health centers or in the hospital, how do you know when a COVID-19 patient enters into the hospital or the health centers or wherever the health sector is throughout Trinidad and Tobago? How do you know? So they will come in, you will see about them, you will take their sample, when they send it up, and when they receive it back, then you will say, hey, John Doe had COVID-19. That time you have been taking care of John Doe without a mask, without a glove, without nothing. All of you like Bacchanal? Now listen this. Come back to me, guys. Listen this. Call a hold on for a couple of seconds. Meanwhile, doctors at the San Fernando General Hospital are refusing to use reusable cloth mask. A report stated today that a total of 391 cloth masks have been issued to supervisors and staff of the emergency department. The surgical masks are said to be reserved for doctors treating COVID-19. How do you know when a patient enters the hospital, they are COVID-19? How do you know that? And by the way, a doctor or a nurse supposed to be in proper PPE gears while on duty. No substituting. Because any person come through a door from the outside to inside the hospital, you are not sure of what disease they are coming with. You are not sure. So when you say it will be given to the appropriate doctor at the appropriate time, when is the appropriate time? When they contact the virus? Let's forget COVID-19 for a second. Forget COVID-19. So you telling me you cannot prep your nurse and your doctors with proper medical gears? Forget COVID-19 for a couple seconds. You cannot prep them with proper gears? Huh? You have the first class health sector in the Caribbean, in the world. All you want to talk health? All I want to talk health. My wife have a cousin in the US. She's a Saieed. Health in Canada is #1 priority for the government. In Trinidad, man, you will die on the floor. Call her good night.
Good night, Saieed. You know, it is disgusting with this whole government, not only the health minister. You know, they are a government of denial. Anytime you say there is a problem, they always say there is no problem. Why is it that they are coming and lying like that? Secondly, sir, you know, this government, they are so reckless. They are so reckless. Could you imagine what would have happened had carnival. You know, so much people come when they didn't have no testing, when they refused. We see so much countries canceling or postponing carnival. You could think what did this government, how they played with our lives, had anything, you know, serious with this carnival. The other part I want to tell you very quickly. This government has not thought out nothing. If you want to keep the people employed, if you want to keep them home, why can't the government pay like about 60% or 70% of the wages and ask the employer to pay the other 40 or 30% and claim that 30% as a tax deduction in their taxes? You know, they're all about money. They take so much money from HSF and all over, whatever. What is it they're using it for? Camille Robinson already said 47 million was spent. Could she give a breakdown which constituencies are who? Money is not getting to the people. That is why they are, you know, they are disobeying, you know, instructions or whatever. They had to go and make a living. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my friend. Reports further stated that staff refusing to accept these masks. Listen this, listen this, Staff refusing to accept this mask have been mandated to sign and write refuse on their distribution sheets. Let me tell you something. Them in the medical field, they studied for years. They passed the exam. And they come into the field, and if they say, Saieed, this mask is not what we recommend, but it is being forced on us, what you going to do? What you going to do? What you going to do? Doctors affected by these instructions are reported to have united. The doctors united now to resist these measures. You see, it's the doctors facing it, not the ministers. Not the ministers. Caller, good night.
Yeah, good night, Saieed.
Go right ahead, my friend.
Yeah, Saieed, when time for voting, if you're living in the sky, the minister and councillor spending money to go and meet you in the sky. But when the disaster takes place, now you can't see them. They forget where your house is. They know what part you live in.
True.
You understand? And the next thing like this, the health center in the Rochelle Douglas Road in Barakpo had 3 feet grass right around the health center. Like on the ball and I health. I know health. No health center don't have 3 feet high in grass.
What? Thank you, my friend. So viewers, just remember, Real Talk have its drive going on. We are trying to raise some cash. I am proud to say, last week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. This week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and today, Friday. In 9 days' time, I am proud to say we have raised about $50,000. About $50,000. Some of you might say, but why Saieed telling me the figure? Because I want you all to know. It is not going here in the side pocket. It is not going in the jacket pocket, in the waistcoat pocket. It is going in the jacket pocket, neither the back pocket. It goes into a wholesale distributor to get goods to feed the less fortunate in Trinidad. And I am proud to say that. Because you know why? You know why? I love transparency. I love it. That's the only way people would get to trust you. And the people who donated the money, they trusted me. Because they understand, while watching Real Talk, what that individual is about. Caller, good night.
Good evening, Mr. Ali.
Go right ahead.
Mr. Ali, the health minister is praising the prime minister for the COVID-19. Tests have to be going off. They should take him to Center's Hospital. All of them are telling lies. They have no shame. The government is stretching this disease to the end of this year to avoid general election. Thank you, Ali.
Thank you, my friend. So now I want to know now what Paula Gopi-Schoon is doing about price gouging in the country. You know, long I hear she said have a list to release in the media. I still waiting. I am still waiting. The little bit I hear I have in my head, it might fall out. And I will still be waiting. Because every day, people facing the grocery is a different price. I saw where item went up by $20, $25 because I go to the grocery myself. You think I buying it? No, I will leave it right there. I will leave it right there. In Canada and in the US, if something goes up by 5 cents, they're leaving it on the shelf. Because you know why? The budget that they're working for, it cannot meet that. So they leave it right there. And you know what? They drop the price and people will buy it. In Trinidad, well boy, I know what to say. I know what to say. But we in Trinidad, we're hoping for the best. This is the reason why I created Real Talk. So if the government doesn't understand what is taking place in the ground, somebody from a member of their team, the advisors or the managers or whatever, would be looking on. So here's what I want to find out now. Here's what I want to find out. We heard millions have spent on food card. I would like to hear that the person in charge of social development, the minister, come out and tell the public, we have 20,000 people on food card, 5,000 receive so much and so much, 10,000 receive so much and so much, and 5,000 receive whatever. Come out and tell the public. Don't just come out and say 5,000 receive 400 a month. No. Tell the public how much money was spent on that 5,000. Come out. We have 100,000 people on the food card. 50,000 receive an increase of 150, and the budget was so much and so much a million for that 50,000. Come out. Let people do the maths and see it worked. Don't just come out and say we have 100,000. 50,000 get $150 increase. And they woke up to $100 million. No, don't do that. Come out and tell the public so the public could give account for their tax-paying dollars. Come out and do that. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Ali.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, that caller who called just now and saying about Terrence Yale, saying I know kind of shippiness. They are wasting time, Sai. They are really, really wasting time. When Kamala did see about to put thing in place for COVID-19 since in January, the House Speaker said that is not important. Didn't she?
Yeah.
Now they want to say all kind of nonsense about Kamala and Kamala.
Thank you, my dear.
I don't even know we MP. You never see an MP come around here and say, hand out not even as much as a sweetie.
What area are you calling from?
Sweetie.
What
Do
area?
you know who's our councillor for the area right now? Can I, Miss Ali?
Should I know the councillor for the area? Which means he never passed. This is where you get the facts, you get the truth concerning issues in Trinidad and Tobago. So listen to this now. The 33 nationals who returned to this country from Barbados must spend a period of 14 days in quarantine. This was confirmed by Chief Medical Officer Dr. Roshan Parashram.
Our time of quarantine is 14 days because those are the length of time that we expect symptoms to reappear. Of course, if symptoms reappear, we will retest during that period. But generally speaking, our quarantine period remains 14 days for anybody who returns.
So, dear viewers, now I went up by the place where the people from Barbados were staying. It's a lovely place. Lovely, lovely, lovely. As you can see on screen, it's a lovely place. They blocked around the place so people from the outside wouldn't view inside. There are army officials. Just imagine these sick people inside there and they have army man guarding them. Yeah, they have army man guarding them. Boy, it's not easy, no? The 33 nationals were taken to the Raquit Center in Tacarigua when they arrived in Trinidad. They were tested prior to leaving Barbados. According to the CMO, they were each given a copy of their result, and he also got a copy last night.
Patients were actually sent individual test results via email from the CMO of Barbados. I received an email from him late in the afternoon, yesterday afternoon, with the test results as well, which I forwarded to Dr. Best, who is the CMOH for that particular county. She is the one who has to actually make sure that all of them have received their result. We can only give a test from the physician, attending physician, to the patient.
So we have a call on the line. Caller, good night.
Hello, good night, sir.
Go right ahead, my friend.
When you go to Mount Hope Hospital, there's no bed for people. People sleep in chair, wheelchair for days, and all this kind of thing. They can't get a bath, nothing. And no bed. And no, they have endless bed. They're renting place and all.
I'm telling you.
All grandy all about. Where does money going?
Thank you, my friend. So you see, viewers, you see, this is the reality of Trinidad and Tobago. People would say, Saeed, you're bashing PNM, you're bashing Health Minister. No, I am not bashing. I am relating to you the issues that is facing health. They are the ones in power. They are the ones who have to fix it. They are the ones made the promise. I opened a studio on national television to bring the reality that are affecting us in Trinidad and Tobago to you, the citizen. I keep you informed. I educate you. What are we getting? What are we getting? So I want to touch on something else. I've heard in San Fernando Market that each vendor now, when they bring their goods to the market on mornings, on evenings when they finish do their day sales, they have to pick up everything back now and carry it back to their home. And when the following morning reach, load up your van and come back to the market. When the evening reach, you pack back your van and you go back to the market. Now I'm going to tell you something. You would lose. You would lose your market produce like that. Listen to this. Every time you take up a crate of tomatoes from your van and you carry it to your stall, and you know you just throw it out so people could pass and they could pick what they want. Now when you have to full back that in a box or a crate in the evening and carry it back to your van and then go back home, and then the following morning you're coming back to the market and you're carrying it from your van to the market and you're throwing it back in your stall, what you doing? You are damaging your goods. And when people come and they see that good damage, they are not going to buy it. So I would like the mayor of San Fernando now. I would like the mayor of San Fernando to go down and have a meeting with the market vendors. Not because there's a mayor. You feel you're too big, you know. No. You was elected there for a reason. You was elected there to serve the people. Go down and have a discussion with the market vendors. Call a good night.
Good night, Ali.
Go right ahead. You're live on Real Talk.
The Prime Minister went out so much time and did he went in quarantine? Good night.
Kola, I did not understand what you were saying. I do apologize for that. Otherwise, I would have answered your question. So to the mayor now, go down and meet the market of the market vendors and have a discussion with them. That is their livelihood. Just how you are the mayor, you getting a salary, you sitting down in your office and collecting a salary. They coming out and working for their salary. But you can't have them taking up their goods in the evening time and going home back with it on the van and coming back and offloading. No, 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 no. When they lose their market produce, you still getting your money at the end of the month. Go down and have a meeting with them. Call a good night.
Hello, good night.
Go right ahead.
When I see these people in red, I know they're ready to dead because starvation.
Thank you, caller. I think the call dropped there. We do apologize for that. Now, viewers, if I'm going to say something, and you stick, you get the click. If, come April 30th, the government decide to extend COVID-19 stay at home, keep in mind, countries around the world are keeping their product and produce for their citizens. Keep that in mind. Because I was speaking to someone from the market today when I got my info. You see, stay-at-home policy is to prevent the spread of COVID-19. But keep in mind, the savings you have it running out. According to Rohan Sinanan, cargo will come in and out of the port. It will come in, I am not saying no. But the thing is, if produce not coming in and product not coming in, because countries are keeping it for themselves, because their borders are locked also, what's going to happen to us? Keep that in mind. What's going to happen to us? Kola, good night.
Hello, good night.
Go right ahead.
Hello?
Yes, you're live on Real Talk.
Okay. You know what I want to say? Is this COVID, it has no word like COVID-19, right? This is what comes from China. But let me tell you, they do nothing for nobody in Trinidad. Nobody didn't have COVID in Trinidad. The people who went to the boat and had the comeback, only these people had it and they come to Trinidad and whoever coming, right? But we didn't get any COVID just like that. That disease just goes in Trinidad. They had no right to close down all about, right? They make the rich people richer. The supermarket was just like a pack of place, the drugstore. They only closed down the people like the fast place. And look, they're now saying that groceries have to raise again. The people don't see in trouble. It's better you die from a virus than live in this situation.
Thank you, my dear. Now, viewers, keep in mind the views of the people. They are showing concern. And they want to express their views. And they want the people to understand what is going on. So viewers, feel free to contribute to the drive that we are having. I am proud to say we have reached $50,000 thus far in 9 days. I do want to thank the people who is supporting this, and I pray that God gave you a miracle in your life. I know, being a spiritual person, doing spiritual work and things, I know God will answer my prayer, and He will bless those that need. Those that give willingly, He will open a door. So you have heard from the lady who planted a seed with her sickness. She planted her seed honestly and willfully, and she got healed. She was delivered by planting a seed. Call, good night.
Very good evening to you, Mr. Saeed.
To you, my friend.
TV6 did some interviews on Charlotte Street today. Charlotte Street was abuzz with activities, vendors selling and whatnot. I understand from the minister, from World Health, from everybody about distance, safe distancing and stay home and whatnot. But Saeed, these people is people who depend on selling to make a dollar.
The
it's
daily
not like
sales.
other people whose salary guaranteed to come to the bank. I feel for these people. If you hear this, I mean, it's not that they want to break the law or they want to break the instructions from the ministry. But these, if the government was forthcoming with the grant, and not only people who pay in NIS should be getting a relief. What about the self-employed, the ordinary lay people?
True.
I am feeling so sorry for these people. It's not right. So people are doing this because of hatred or spite. This is out of desperation. They have no choice. All the best.
Exactly. Thank you, my friend. It's Friday, viewers. Trinidad and Tobago. Another week is over. Another week is over. So how many of you are coping with this? How many of you are in frustration of where the next meal is coming from? How many of you are in frustration of when are we going back to work? Yes, we understand it is worldwide. But in worldwide, other countries, their government are preparing. Our health minister said they were preparing since January. And on the 4th of March, Tim Gopi Singh still begging. Let's have a discussion. Let's have a discussion. No, I don't see it fit. Otherwise, if it had discussed this in January, when you keep the stay-at-home policy that you bring to in effect, people would have gotten salaries and they didn't mind staying home. That is what you call a productive government or a productive minister. But do we have it? Do we have it? Caller, good night.
Good night, Saeed.
Go right ahead.
You know, it's amazing to hear how these ministers and the PNM, which is just missing, right? Carrying on with this situation, right? A man buy a little 10 bread to sell back for the same thing I just talked about. They have no money coming in.
Correct.
You understand? Buy a little 10 bread to sell back. Oh, these people don't buy because you buy bread and put it there. You get a reason to open up your business and this and that. They may understand what is really going on in this country, you know. They really understand what is going on. You understand? And like the PNM, the 4 people that we see in Alwari, Stuart Young, and the Minister of Health, right? Which is, I think, one of the worst Minister of Health that we ever had in this country. And there's a lot of things that is going to come up with this COVID-19 and these places that they're renting, right? The selection of these places, what tendering process you had, what competitive tenders you had, right? What transparency you had in renting these places. And let's see a list of the names of the money that you're paying out. In America, everybody don't get the $1,200.
Yes.
Whether you understand, everybody don't get the $1,200. Right, but it's still kind of difficult for them because we see long line of cars over there lined up to collect a little.
Thank you, my friend. I do apologize for cutting you. We have about 30 seconds left on our program. I do apologize for it. Now, viewers, a rerun of this program is the following day, so which means tomorrow, Saturday, you will get a rerun of the program at 10 a.m. Feel free to contribute to the drive. I'm asking of you, I'm begging of you, not for myself, not for my family, but for the poor in society. But for the poor, you can't fund Real Talk. That is already being funded. It is already being funded by me. And whoever wants to criticize me, come out and do better. Create a platform. Thus far, we are the #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago. Viewers, be safe. They say stay at home. If you don't have to go to work, stay at home for the sake of your family. And don't study nobody and say, well, there's not a policy in place. When you get sick, nobody will come in. When your wife or the child or the husband die from COVID-19, nobody will come in. Nobody on top, nobody underneath. So just abide by the little laws until the 30th of April and let's see what will take place. I am hoping for the best. We are out of time for tonight. I will see you right back here on Mashup Monday. Be safe. Enjoy the night until we meet again. Good night.